Hello everyone, I am Nalini ND, Assistant Professor, Department of Commerce. Now I am going to discuss about the meeting of Board of Directors, and here we are going to discuss about the secretarial work or relating to the board meeting or procedure of board meeting. So the secretary has to perform number of duties regarding the board meeting. First let us discuss what are the secretarial duties before the board meeting. First and the foremost thing is that he has to fix the date, time, and place of the board meeting. At what time it should be convened, and date, and also at where it should be convened. Then he has to prepare the agenda in consultation with the chairman. So as you know that agenda means it's nothing but list of programs. So he has to prepare the list of programs and consultation with the chairman. So he has to consult the chairman. Along with the consultation of the chairman, he has to prepare the agenda. Then he has to send a notice, send notice along with the agenda to all the directors. So he has to send the notice. Along with the notice, he has to send the agenda also. And next he has to issue or invitation orders or letters, invitation letters to the direct auditors who are required to attend the meeting. For the auditors, he has to write invitation letters, and he has to keep some documents like checks, contracts, etc. for sealing and also for getting the signature by the directors. So then he should keep ready the bank passbook, minutes book, company seal, and etc. So these are all the duties he has to do before the meeting. Then coming to the secretarial duties at the time of meeting or during the meeting. First and thing is that he has to apply the signature of the directors in the director's attendance book. So director signature and director attendance book ಅಲ್ಲಿ ತಗೋಬೇಕಾಗತ್ತೆ, and he has to see that whether the quorum is present or not. As we know that for a valid meeting, quorum is one of the requisite. He has to see that whether the quorum is present or not, and he has to read the notice when it is requested by the chairman. So if a chairman requests him to read the notice, so he has to, or he or she has to read the notice. Then he has to get the minutes of the previous meeting approved and signed by the directors. So whatever the minutes he has prepared in the last meeting or previous meeting, he has to get it signed by the directors, and he has to uh, assist chairman in conducting the meeting. Suppose if chairman has any queries or any issues, and he has to assist the chairman in conducting the meeting, and then he has to take down the notes of the proceedings of the meeting. So whatever the during the meeting, whatever happens, or he has to take the notes of the or notes or proceedings of the whole meeting. Then after once the meeting is over, so he has to perform other duties also. That is, after the meeting, he has to prepare the minutes of the meeting from the notes and record it in minutes book. So whatever the notes he has taken during the meeting, so he has to prepare minutes from that, and he has to record it in a minutes book. And next he has to carry out the resolutions and the instructions issued to him by the board. At the board meeting, whatever the instructions they have given and what are the resolutions that are passed, it is the duty of the secretary to execute them or to implement them. Then comes in board meeting, you have meeting of the directors and committee meeting. So next committee meeting, since we know that it is not possible for the directors, that is board of directors, to attend every work. So they form a committee for few members to routine work and to report to the board of directors. So board of directors ಎಲ್ಲ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕೆ ಪಾಸಿಬಲ್ ಆಗದಲ್ಲೇ ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ, ಮೇಬಿ ಡ್ಯೂ ಟು ಟೈಮ್ ಕನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರೆಂಟ್, ಸೊ ಟೈಮ್ ಕನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರೆಂಟಿಂದ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕಾಗ್ತದೆ, ದೇ ಮೇ ಅಸೈನ್ some work or routine work for a committee of a few members to do that work, and they may tell that to report that to the board of directors. So when such committees are appointed, they meet at regular intervals and discuss the matters referred to them. Whatever the work assigned to them, they are going to meet at a regular intervals and they are going to discuss the matters, and then they are going to report to the board of directors. That we are going to call it as committee meetings. And here Some of the committees are called standing committees because they are permanent in nature, and they are interested with the work of routine nature, namely transfer of shares, raising of finance, and etc. So these committees we are going to call it as standing committees. And some committees are generally the board may appoint some temporary committees also from time to time to deal with the allotment of shares, inquiry into the possibility for expanding the program. So these are called as ad hoc committees. This temporary committees are also known as ad hoc committees, and they are wound up once immediately the work is completed or the task is completed, and they are going to submit the report to the board for the final decisions. So they are known as ad hoc committees. So standing committees, there are two types of committees. One is standing committee, another one is ad hoc committee. Standing committee, here we mean generally they are going to they are in permanent in nature. So permanent ಆಗಿ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ, ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದೇ ಆರ್ ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟೆಡ್ ವಿತ್ ದ ವರ್ಕ್. ಯಾವ್ಯಾವ ಕೆಲಸವನ್ನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಲೈಕ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫರ್ ಆಫ್ ಶೇರ್ಸ್, ರೈಸಿಂಗ್ ಆಫ್ ಫೈನಾನ್ಸ್, ಈ ಥರ ರೊಟೀನ್ ವರ್ಕನ್ನು ಇದು ಮಾಡುತ್ತಾರೆ. ಅಡ್ಹಾಕ್ ಕಮಿಟೀಸ್ ಅಥವಾ ಟೆಂಪರರಿ ಕಮಿಟೀಸ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದಾಗ ಜನರಲಿ ಅವ್ರೇನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂತಂದರೆ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಯಾಂಡಿಂಗ್ ದ ಬಿಸ್ನೆಸ್ ಅಥವಾ ಇನ್ನು ಯಾವ್ದಾರ ಒಂದು ಇಶ್ಯೂಸ್ ಇದೆ ಈ ಥರ ಡಿಸ್ಕಷನ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ, ಸೊ ಒನ್ಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ವೌಂಡ್ ಅಪ್, ಅದು ಕ್ಲೋಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಯಾವಾಗ ಪರ್ಪಸ್ ಏನಕ್ಕೆ ಅದನ್ನು ಕಮಿಟೀಸನ್ನು ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತಾರೋ ಆ ಪರ್ಪಸ್ ಸರ್ವ್ ಆಗಿದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಅಂತಹ ಅವಾಗ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ದೇ ಆರ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ವೌಂಡ್ ಅಪ್. ಸೊ ಅದಕ್ಕೋಸ್ಕರ ನಾವು ಅದನ್ನು ವಿ ಆರ್ ಗೋಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಕಾಲ್ ದಟ್ ಆಸ್ ad hoc or temporary committees. Thank you.